Hi, good morning. The meeting of the Trustee Nominating and Board Procedure Committee is called to order. At this time, Mike, would you take the roll call?
Certainly. Mr. Vice Chair, Mr. Edwards?
Present.
Mr. Dasberg?
Present.
Ms. Duncan?
Present.
Ms. McDevitt? Here. Ms. Parker? Mrs. Roberts?
Here.
Mr. Stavros?
He's here.
He's here. Mr. Tripp?
Here.
You have a quorum, sir.
Thank you. At this time, do I hear a motion to approve the minutes, the May 18, 2000? In a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion here? And all in favor say aye. It is approved. During our May conference call, we agreed that the Governor Dasberg and I would interview the two applicants and report back to this committee at this meeting. However, we received a letter from Mr. Caruccio this week withdrawing his application, so we have one remaining applicant, Mr. Khan, Mr. Larry Khan, who, based on my interview, is well qualified to serve as a trustee. At this time, I'd like to ask Governor Dasberg to provide the committee with his perspective on Mr. Khan, and I will follow with my comments and recommendations. John?
Yes, thank you, Zach. I spent 3 hours with Mr. Khan, including lunch and a follow-up conversation, and reviewed the references, and I am prepared and pleased to recommend to this group Larry Khan for the Board of Trustees of FIU University, and I'm prepared to take any questions.
Thank you, John. Second. You know, I also had a couple of meetings with Mr. Khan. He's superbly qualified, and I think he'll be well qualified to serve on the Board of Trustees. Before we call for the vote, is there any discussion by the committee?
Just for the record, I called all of his references and talked with them. Several of the references I knew personally, and I came away with the same conclusion. In fact, my conclusion was FIU put up two candidates of equal quality. It was, in talking to the references, it was it was going to be a very difficult decision, I think, if we were going to choose one over the other, because they were both highly qualified individuals.
Well, if there's no other discussion, all in favor of Mr. Khan being appointed Board of Trustees, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And the motion carries. Now, turning to item number 4 on the agenda, we had 21 new trustee positions to be filled before January of next year. Based on the concerns expressed by some of the committee members, we plan to broaden our outreach activities in an effort to increase the number of well-qualified applicants by disseminating notices of these vacancies throughout the media, to the Alumni Association, and to our own contacts with other businesses, professional and community leaders. If we are successful in these efforts, we may have multiple applicants for each position and will require to evaluate a large number of applicants in a small window of time, since we need to make recommendations of these vacancies by December. I believe that the approach we took on filling the FIU vacancy was an effective one. I propose we adopt a similar approach to filling the upcoming vacancies, and would entail the appointment of 2 committee members to vet and interview the applicants for the vacancies at each institution and report back to the committee as a whole. This approach would not preclude any member of this committee from contacting any of the applicants if they choose to do so. But it's my goal to devise a reasonable and orderly process for addressing this magnitude of vacancies that's come up in a short period of time. If the committee agrees with this approach, then I will work with the corporate secretary to develop a list of committee assignments per university, so we can start receiving the applications in August, and we'll have a position to proceed expeditiously. I will direct her to notify of your assignments. I'll also anticipate that we will discuss our timetable at our next meeting in August. Before I ask a motion to this effect, is there any questions or discussion concerning our approach? Hearing none, do I hear a motion? Second? Any other, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
And the motion carries. Is there any other business to come before this committee? If not, this committee stands adjourned. Oh, sorry.
Are there any other vacancies?
We got this, so we can't go down. Everything's approved. I stepped down for a
Do
minute.
you have vacancies?
Yes, we do.
And are they both gubernatorial appointees?
One.
Pardon?
One.
You have just one vacancy?
Yes.
Okay, I thought you had two.
One gubernatorial appointee.
Do you have one that's ours
Yes.
already? Are we aware of it?
Yes. We have,
I don't think so. Because otherwise we'd be working on it. That's why I was asking. I thought you had two, and I didn't know if they were both.
The vacancy is the governor's appointment.
Both of them?
There's just one.
That's right.
That's just one, right?
That's
Just
right.
one?
Just the one.
Just one.
Okay. Okay.
Student affairs, the San Antonio.
John, did you have some?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Take a break.